3, 2, 1, go!
Hey folks, Aaron here. Welcome back to the anime review. Today we're looking at Sword Art Online, Season 3, Episode 3. Now, I apologize, by the way, for doing this so late. I had a long day at work, and when I got back, I had other things to do, so I kind of ended up falling asleep for a little longer than I wanted to, and then obviously had to go do my other part where it was, writing an article. So I've been busy today. Unfortunately, this is the only time I can really sit, and now it's really dark out, and I have my work pants hanging behind me, which is, sorry about that in advance too. But anyways, Sword Art Online Season 3, Episode 3 was another episode that kind of feels like more of a setup than anything else. We're starting to learn more about, the world of Eugeo, kind of his past. We learn more about Alice. We learn more about the Taboo Index. And we also get to see for the first time the Blue Rose sword, which was a really cool weapon that I'm going to say gets cooler as the series progresses. The light novels has it where it's not overly used, but when it is used a few times, it's actually pretty cool in how it's used. But we see that the Gigas tree can be cut down with a sword, and it can be cut down with more damage than, say for example the axe. But because the sword is very heavy, even for Kirito, they can't really just use it as an axe and try to cut down the sword like in one fell swoop. It's going to take some time, and they have to master the sword. So, Kirito has kind of promised Eugeo he would train him into how to use a sword in the first place, because he keeps telling him, swordsman. Meanwhile, though, we have Alice's sister, who she wants to know more about, what happened to Alice. And Kirito kind of lets it slip what happened. She fell in the mountains and went to the forbidden area. And lo and behold, Alice's sister, I think it's Zelka? Yeah, I think it's Zelka. She went and decided to go into the forbidden area, into the caves that lead to it, at least. And of course, Eugeo and Kirito follow, which kind of leads up to next week's episode, where they run into a whole bunch of goblins that have Zelka, and are basically very, very talkative about what they're going to plan on doing. That they want to sell them off and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting. But not much else happened this week's episode. It was a very light episode for the most part. We just got to see kind of, I want to say, bits and pieces of what's probably to come in the series. Now, I will say that I feel like this is the reason that people are going to love or hate Sword Art Online Season 3. If what they're saying is true about how they want to, have this almost running for a whole year, or if possibly a whole year, that means we're going to get a lot of episodes of Sword Art. It's going to have 2 cores from what we heard. It's going to be up to probably, maybe we'll say 50 episodes. I'm kind of just praying that's the case, but if that is the case, this is going to be very interesting, because it's going to be where episodes like this will happen quite often. Because like I said before, the light novels have this thing where there are arcs of it where they go into a lot of description and a lot of details. And when that happens, it's very slow paced. It's not in a bad way, like, oh, I can't enjoy it. It's just very slow. And when that comes, it's going to be where you're going to have episodes like this for maybe more than a few days. You're going to have several of these episodes where it's just going to be talking or dialogue. And I'm a little worried about that, because as much as I like the dialogue that we see in, the Sword Art light novels, transition to anime-wise, it could be a little bit more of a talkative type thing. And Sword Art's strength doesn't lie in its dialogue. I'll say that right now. It lies in its action. It lies in its animation. It lies in various other concepts and theories. We're learning about certain aspects, and there's little hint drops of, like, for example, the ability to not bring back the dead, but decrease the ability of aging. That's a big, drop. And I'm surprised they did it so early on, but, it's something that we'll say has something to do with a character from the church. And when you find out later on about that, you're going to be like, oh, shit. It's going to be interesting, at least to say the least, but I don't dislike this. I don't dislike episode 3. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it does anything amazing. I think it's another good setup episode. Episode 4, I want to see some action, because I know from the light novels, the goblin fight between Kirito, Eugeo, kind of is a pretty cool thing. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that transitions to anime for this series. Anyways, guys and girls, what did you think about this week's episode? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Guys, follow me on Twitter, because I am going to post when I'm going to do a live stream. I think it's going to be next week, probably on Wednesday. I'll have it, I want to say maybe 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. We'll have it for a few hours, probably, where I'll talk about the shows I'm watching, because I am watching several shows. I've finally caught up to some anime. I'm trying my best to catch up with JoJo to no avail. It's just I don't have the time. You know, it's like I had to sacrifice some shows, and as much as I love JoJo, I'm trying to catch up to this part, part 5, and I'm like falling behind on it. So it's like it's probably not going to be a thing we're going to talk about, unfortunately. So I know some people might be pissed off about that. I apologize in advance. But I've had a lot spoiled for it, so it's not like I'm going to be completely unaware of certain things that are happening in it. You know, I know what characters are, I know what the relationships are to certain people, I know who shows up. It's kind of unavoidable when you have, I have a lot of friends that love JoJo. Even at work, I actually know some people that watch anime religiously, and they're talking about JoJo nonstop. So, unfortunately, when I try to, go to the break room or some of that, and they start talking about, oh, this happened and this character showed up, I'm like, damn it, you just spoiled that whole freaking thing, but it is what it is, Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night, everyone. God bless you all. As always, if you like my channel, think about hitting that subscribe button, liking the video, and sharing the video with other people. I appreciate it in advance. Check out my Patreon for various rewards on there, and I also, use that to help other people, so we can, try to help out other YouTubers and other creators and stuff like that. So, think about that. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everyone.